Hey YouTube, this is the Zero Tolerance 0200 folder. I've reviewed this before, but I wanted to do a better review because it is a very important knife. I consider it one of Zero Tolerance's best folders that they have, especially for the money. It's a little bit less expensive than some of their others, but I like this knife quite a bit. Now, first of all, the weight on this, it's about 7.7 ounces, so it is heavy, and I will discuss that later. Alright, just stay with me, I'll explain. But as you see, it is a drop point with a kind of a Ken Onion style recurve to it and into the belly, and it is a little more pointed than some of ZT's other folders. Right, you see the nice thumb ramp there. And you see the handle scales, they are a 3D machined G10 and a lanyard hole. The blade steel is 154 cm. When I purchased this, which was some time ago, the price was around 130. It seems to be going up, at least at some places. I've seen it for 150, 160 some places. All right, and here's a closer look at the knife. You see the texture on the machined G10. All right, very nice and gives you a good grip. Right, it is open pillar construction. You see the liners there. You see the pocket clip there. All right, it comes set up for right side carry, tip down, and it can be adjusted to tip up. All right, and you see there and there, it is a 4-position clip. And look how big the pivot screw is there. The opening, flipper, it is a manual, comes out as fast as an auto. See the nice texturing on the thumb ramp there. And the very contoured handle locks you in, finger groove right there. Right, and that fits your palm, a little bit of a pinky ramp. But yeah, it definitely locks you in either hammer grip, saber. The blade itself is extremely impressive. You see that there, it does arrive razor sharp, and it has a DLC, a very tough coating. Right now the recurve, you know, it fits any type of curve for cutting around a contour, or you can pull the belly through what you're cutting. Alright, and there you see a size comparison. The very well-known Spyderco Military. Alright, now let's address the issue of the weight. You know, there are two main design and use philosophies for knives and folders or fixed blades. The zero tolerance represents what people will refer to as a sharpened pry bar philosophy, which basically means even though you're not supposed to really abuse a knife, with these type of knives, they try and make them overbuilt and just super rugged, super tough. Kind of the philosophy is to make a folding knife that is as close as you could possibly get to the strength of a fixed blade. And obviously the heavier weight, that's just the trade-off that you make for that strength. Now the Spyderco Military and the Paramilitary too, they represent more of a light, you know, a light and fast type of blade. It's lightweight, and it's basically, it's almost like a folding scalpel. All right, obviously a little bit thicker than a scalpel, but it's not at all meant as any sort of pry bar. Okay, it's strictly strictly a slicer, a cutter. It's not really meant to compete with a fixed blade. It's more meant as like a complement to a fixed blade. All right, so you might carry, you know, a K-bar USMC fixed blade, and then you might carry you know, a folder like that for lighter work. Alright, so bottom line, there's nothing wrong with a heavier folder such as the ZT200 as long as you know what you're getting into, you understand the trade-off that you're making and the benefit that it's giving you. Alright, now about this recurve, that seems to throw a lot of people off. First of all, sometimes I have people saying that a recurve is not very practical, that it's just a cool thing. I've found that it's very practical. There's many uses of a recurve, but one of the just most basic uses is it just makes it really easy to, this is paracord. If you put the paracord right there, right, and just pull through, it makes it super easy to cut paracord. Let's try like 4 strands, and again, you just put it right where that recurve is, and all you're doing is pulling the belly through, and it just goes through them like nothing. So that's just one use of the recurve. It is very useful. And a lot of times people say, how do you sharpen a recurve? Just do a search. There's a lot of videos already up that show that. All right, so don't be afraid of recurves. All right. And just for fun, here is a zero tolerance family portrait. At the bottom we have the ZT 150 military boot knife, then the ZT 200 folder, and then the ZT 100 fixed blade. Zero tolerance itself has an extremely good reputation, especially for hard use, heavy duty blades. All right, and if you're thinking, I've heard of zero tolerance, I wanna get into a zero tolerance knife. These 3, I would recommend any of these 3. All right, if you need a boot knife, an extremely heavy work folder, or a mid-sized outdoor survival fixed blade, these are all good. Zero Tolerance itself is an American company. It is owned by Kai, right? And Kai is a Japanese company which also owns Kershaw, all right? But these are all made in the USA, as I said, and I would recommend any of these. All right, so if you're looking for a heavy-duty, hard-use folder, something you would carry when you really wish you could carry a fixed blade but are just unable to carry one, the ZT200, that would be what you want. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out, dudes. I am out of here.